I'm ready.
Welcome back, everybody, to Light Talk, where our guests can be themselves and tell their own unique stories of their metaphysical world. If you'd like to be a guest on the show, I'd love to talk with you. Please email lighttalk423 at gmail.com. And while you're at it, click on the like, share, and subscribe buttons. All right, let's just jump right into this. Go ahead and introduce yourself and let's hear your unique stories.
Yeah, hi, my name is Steph Brady. I've been a paranormal investigator for going on 15 years now. And recently I decided to go one step further and become an exorcist, kind of like a one-stop shop for everybody. And I get ordained as a priest in the Old Catholic Church and an exorcist on June 24th. Um, that's where I aim to be. I got started because way back when, I date myself, I tell you when, but I had a boyfriend that was killed in a motorcycle accident. And for 3 nights after that, there was a white opaque figure. I'd wake up, it'd be right in front of me. I would try to move, it would move in front of me. My roommate even woke up on the second night and saw it. I keep trying to get to the light to turn it. Ironically, the day of his funeral was the last time I ever saw it. So
Wow.
that kind of sat with me. I raised my kids in fact, where you're from, in Boulder. Um, and waited till they um flew the nest and then kind of, reinvented myself, became the paranormal investigator. I kind of learned with a group, started my own groups. I've been doing my own groups for the last 10 years and had a lot of unique experiences, met a lot of wonderful people. Um, and it combines two of my favorite things. I love to help people, and the paranormal is one of my passions. So,
It's an
it,
amazing thing, isn't it?
yeah, it is. It really is.
You get addicted to it.
You really do. It's kind of like tattoos, as you can
Yeah.
see.
Shh, my son just got his first ones. Shh.
Oh no, okay, okay.
Oh
That'll be
no.
the only one he gets.
Yeah, yeah, hopefully.
But we get to do one of my bucket lists this summer. We're gonna go to Trans Allegheny. Now I hate using this word. They call it lunatic asylum. It used to be a Civil War hospital. Then it was a tuberculosis hospital, and then it was a hospital for the mentally insane. In other words, a lot of times just people they didn't know how to deal with.
Mhm.
A lot too. These half the people weren't even mentally insane. They just threw them in there, because
Yeah.
there was something wrong with them, and society just didn't want to deal with them. So there's a lot of hauntings there. I'm kind of the one, everywhere I go, I'm gonna cross everything over. And so this is gonna be a real tug of war in my heart right there.
And
I'll
who's
go
gonna
word
win?
for word to them.
Oh, so how do you deal with these? I mean, how do you work with these spirits and help them cross over, or how do you work with them?
You know what? They're just, in my mind, they're people without bodies. They have the same free will as we do, the same personalities. They die as a miserable, cute, or a happy-go-lucky person. That's what they're gonna be like in the spirit world initially. Um, Treated with respect, compassion, and love, same as I do in my clients. And I just give them the opportunity. If they want to cross over, excuse me, I offer to cross them over. I call them Jesus, God, Archangel Michael, and whoever's there, we envision the light coming in. And then I ask an angel to take each one by the hand and guide everybody into the light that wants to. And then when all is said and done, I asked them to close the portal. Because you never want to leave a portal, sorry, unopened. Um,
Yeah.
so it was closed afterwards. Thank everybody. And I don't know. That's a big passion of mine. Now, say they don't want to go. I try and reason with them, work with the homeowner, coexist nicely. Usually they'll agree. On a few occasions they don't, and then unfortunately I have to kick them out. So I hate doing that.
Right, right.
But if they're gonna be that stubborn, that obstinate, and they're creating havoc and scaring the children, then it's one thing.
Right.
So but if there's real evil there, there's no option. I kick them out right from the very get-go.
Yeah.
And I worked with a priest the last 2.5 years, a Roman Catholic priest, on doing exorcisms. I've also done a year-long exorcism certification course. What else? I've taken a lot of courses. I do a lot of research, keep myself up to date. Do my own cleansings. I make up my own cleansings. Depending on the situation
Hmm.
and the severity of it or not.
Yeah.
So I've had
Yeah.
cases from the demonic, where the demonics they tend to mock the Trinity. So they'll say everything in threes. And they've been known to say my name in threes. They've been known to curse at me. They know who I am, definitely.
Watch out for
After all this
Stephanie.
time. Yeah, they don't like me. So it they can be a sticky wicket. They can be hard to get rid of. I've learned a lot from Father. I've also learned a lot from my course here. I kind of plan to do my own thing, incorporate the two of them together. The best of
Right.
both worlds, I think. And
Yeah.
if the intent is there, that's half the battle. You know, I'm lucky I was born and blessed with no fear in this area. That's one of the gifts that God gave me. So,
We all have our gifts, don't we?
yeah, we do. The weirdest thing I've dealt with was a dwarf. And there's elemental spirits, spirits of the earth, wind, fire, and so that would be the earth. I knew it was a dwarf. Something came to me, and the moment I asked if it was a dwarf, I had about 10 or 12 REM pod like noise making devices all around. They all went off simultaneously. Now you wouldn't communicate via EVP, it would be only through the REM pod. So that was how we communicated.
Okay.
He wasn't gonna go. I worked for him on 2 years. I finally bought a priest in, which he did go for a month or two, but then he came right back. I think what happened was they built the house on his own, and he was not a happy camper. And we did everything we could. He wasn't going to go anywhere,
Wow.
nowhere.
So he's got his own
So
land back then, huh?
yeah, they're coexisting, so to speak.
Oh, good.
Sorta, sorta, because they
Okay.
haven't slept in 10 years.
Uh,
He gets they start going to sleep. He starts poking them, he prods them, he pulls their hair, he jumps on the bed, anything to disrupt their sleep. They've been doing this for it was 10 years, a couple of years ago, so 12 years now.
wow.
And they don't want to give the problem to somebody else. So I think that their next step is getting father in there and having him do repeat after repeat after repeat and see if that works.
Yeah.
Because other than that, he's one pissed off little dwarf. He,
Don't mess with the little ones.
yeah, no kidding. He did come to me. You know, they say visitation dreams where
Uh-huh.
you have. He came to me in one of those dreams. I've never been able to smell in a dream. I could smell him, and he just smelled boggy, really boggy, and just looked like you think a dwarf would, like a pilgrim with the hat and just kind of raggedy. So that was probably the strangest one I've ever had
He wants
in
you to
my
know who
life.
he is.
He did. He also didn't want me to come back because when I came out at 2 a.m. one night, my battery in my car had been dead. Um, Sitting in the car waiting for AAA, the lights start flashing, headlights start flashing, radio starts going over and over and over, dash light goes on and off, the horn is honking on and off. I know my roommate is like telling me to get out of the car now. I'm trying to turn it off, but I hadn't turned it on. So there was no way. I think it was his way of telling me don't come back.
Right.
But it didn't work. I came back for like 2, 3 years until I moved.
Oh.
So I don't know. Yeah, that was one of my worst stubborn cases that
Oh
I've ever
man.
had.
You have to laugh about it, but then at the same time, I can see where it can be like frustrating. It's come on,
Right.
bud, just share your land, or you know,
Exactly.
just
You
coexist.
they get exactly. They get mad because I guess the way the people treat the land.
Oh,
I guess I understand that that's their
yeah.
job to make sure, but it wasn't their fault. I mean, it's not necessarily the people that owns the house's fault.
No,
It's everybody. So they should take it out on
no.
them. But I don't know. There's a lot of cases where people just don't want to help themselves.
Mm, yeah.
They don't want to admit everyone's got to admit how not every time we know how it got there.
Hmm.
But what I'm getting from clients is 20% of the truth. And the rest 80% is left up to my imagination. Unfortunately. And they've got to own up and admit it if they want that thing to go, is the problem.
Is
And
there is there like a way? I'm like picturing this weird little picture here of like a fencing, a barbed wire fence or something like that around the bed. So when he comes, he kind of pokes himself or something. So it pokes him back instead of him poking the. I don't know. I just got
oh,
this
you know
weird little
what?
vision of fighting
No,
back.
no, actually it's a good little vision because we all have like a hedge with thorns, a protection around us. We do have that.
Okay.
So you're right on the money. But when people do things like that are bad, or like they are alcoholics or whatever, it opens up holes in our hedge of protection. And that enables the evil to get inside
Okay.
and prey on us. So you're right on the money. If we
Okay.
stay keep our nose clean, then yeah, they got nothing.
Yeah. Okay.
But nobody's perfect. I mean, we've all got holes because
Oh
nobody's
yeah.
perfect.
Oh,
So,
definitely. Definitely. For sure of that.
but I've got clients, repeat clients that you tell them, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. And they're calling you within like 2, 3 weeks. Well, it's back. Well, did you take down the door with the pentagram on it like I told you to? Well, no, not yet. And it's like, okay, well, that's why they're back.
Yeah.
You've got to do that before I come out again.
Right.
And
Right.
the mentality that once it's done, and that's not it at all. So
Yeah. Wow.
it's
But they keep
it's
you busy, huh?
they keep me busy,
That's very, that's good.
definitely. I took a year off hiatus to study on the Exorcist and all that, my work on my course. So I have taken a year off, but I'm ready and raring to go now.
Awesome. Awesome.
So
Well,
this summer
watch
I'm
out,
back.
dwarfs. She's back on
Yeah,
the real one.
really. Exactly. Hopefully this time I'll get him.
All right, come on. Competition's up now.
Exactly. You know what's really weird is that up until the pandemic, I had nothing but spirit hunts. I mean, just spirit hunts, talking with them, working with them, having them work with the client, etc. Once that pandemic hit, it was 10 out of 10 evil and demonic.
Really?
And it was and it's on the rise now.
So
It's still on the rise.
what do you think is causing that?
Um, in my opinion, God gave Satan dominion over the earth. And what Father told me was, it's not the beginning of the Indies, it's not the end of it. We're smack in the middle. And so the more, and that could be 1,000 years from now, it could be 5,000, it could be 100, who knows? But the closer it gets, the more that they come in to do their damage. And I don't know about you, but I've seen people's attitudes change since the pandemic. And I think that has a lot to do with it too.
Yeah,
You
there's
know,
been a lot of changes. I don't know if it's me or if it's what everyone's saying is everybody's changed,
right.
but it does feel a little bit different.
Yeah, to
So
me.
yeah, maybe it has. I know I'm a hugger. I love to
Yes, see,
hug. I
same
mean, I'm
here.
like this huge, that's like my gift is to hug people.
Right. I
And
hear
I
you.
haven't hugged hardly anybody since the pandemic. And it's wearing. I can really feel that it's wearing on me because I don't have that energy to give people to
Right.
pass on.
Yeah, exactly. I got smiling people all the time. And I
Yeah.
tell you, 5 out of 10 times I get glared at. And it's just like, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
I don't understand. I don't understand things like that. Or the road rage has
Yeah.
just escalated. When I lived in Houston, the police said, don't honk your horn at anybody for any reason. Don't honk your horn
Because of
because
the,
that people
wow.
were getting out and shooting. One guy had actually gotten tapped, gotten out of his car to check the damage. The other guy came at him with a gun, shot him 7 times.
Oh, jeez.
I know, and it was on the rise. That's why the Houston police were just going, for whatever reason, don't honk your horn. I mean, it's considered dangerous now down there to do that.
Wow. Wow. I mean, you have to really kind of watch anything, even in Colorado where I'm at. You still got to watch everything you got to do because if
Right.
you don't know if someone's going to brake check you or what. And I drive like a mile to what most
Yeah.
people would say. I have at least a diesel with the trailer
Right.
length in
Right.
front of the car in front of me. I don't care if they're going 20 miles an hour or if they're doing 100. I keep that distance and I get people
Yeah,
on my
exactly.
bottom all the time.
It's like go around.
Yeah,
You know, it doesn't, even if you have to go around in the right, I go around in the right all the time. Big deal.
you're right.
It doesn't matter in the scheme of things, it makes no difference whatsoever.
Yeah, I do a lot of pulling
You know?
over. You know, I just pull over
Yeah,
and let them go, and then I get back on. I mean, you're in that bit much more of a hurry than I am, then go for
right.
it. You know?
They get dangerous that way.
Yeah.
Really dangerous, and
Hmm.
it's scary.
It
It
is.
is just, like I say, the road rage is, I don't know. To me, it's just, and I drive a car that it's noticeable. It's a pink and blue Mustang.
Okay.
And people take offense. I don't know why. But some people just in road rage it for no reason whatsoever. I'm just do what you want. I'm gonna do my own thing. Not gonna
Hmm.
look at you. Not gonna, do what you want.
Right. Right.
If it makes you happy. But I'm not gonna acknowledge it.
Right.
It's just
Yeah, it's crazy
it
stuff out there. Crazy stuff.
is. It really is.
So, what kind of road rage is there in the spirit world?
Yeah, really, I wonder that. Boy, I've heard a
Yeah.
lot from people that
Yeah.
have gotten scratched and I mean just pummeled, wake up with bruises and like they've been in a barf brawl or something. I know they've gotten sick. They can make them horribly ill. Um, it's just they can, unfortunately they can kill if they want, little
Mhm.
by little. Their ultimate goal is to get the soul of the person, is to wear them down until they take it, you know. But thank God a lot of people say no.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and don't, you know, I've only had a few cases where they've unfortunately committed suicide. And that kills me because that's just giving it up.
Yeah.
Um,
That's rough.
yeah,
That's rough. I know. I get bruises all over me, and it's like, where
yeah,
did that come from? I get a
yeah.
often. Sometimes they're big bruises, and I'm like, what did I do in the night? Because
Hey,
I have. Where did that come from?
no,
like,
I understand that.
like, come.
You-
Some are just real small. I've got one on my arm now that is like, where did that one come from? But it's like, I get them all the time.
yeah, I hear you. Maybe you're
Yeah.
anemic. That's what I always tell myself. Maybe I'm anemic.
Hopefully that's all it is.
Yeah, really. There again, I've been very blessed. They don't bother me. I've been scratched once in 15 years,
That's good.
and that's it.
Very
That's it.
lucky. Very lucky.
Very
Good for
lucky.
you.
Nothing ever come home. I'm really big on protection. You know,
You have to in
really.
this business.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Exactly. I don't want anything following me, or I always, smudge the car, the equipment, everything before I go home.
Yeah.
And it was funny because my son swore that when the Jesus candles jumped up 4 feet and then exploded, okay, well maybe, but it wasn't due to me. But my son-in-law was outside in the backyard, mind you, smudging the backyard. You know, I'm like, okay, I go with you. I agree with smudging, but why are you smudging the backyard? It happened in the house. Shouldn't you be smudging the house?
And his reply was,
I don't know.
extra protection.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
okay.
them before they come into the house.
There you go. I said, look, I'll
Hey, you
take
never
it over
know.
from here, okay? So that's probably
Yeah.
one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. But it's okay.
It's okay. At least he's trying.
Exactly. He was trying. That's all that mattered.
Right, right. The intention was there.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, geez. So,
So,
is there any situation that you've come across that is more on the funny side, or just cracks you up, or
yeah, here's
something
a good.
along that? Yeah.
I had a succubus case, right? Or incubus, rather. Um, and she must have had at that point 40 to 100 of them. And these are sexual demons.
Mm.
And I don't know if I can say this on, but anyways, say it delicately. I had an SLS camera, which I don't know if it's structured light camera, and it shows the spirits of stick figures on it.
Oh, okay. I've seen those.
Yeah, well, it actually showed a stick figure pleasuring himself.
Oh my.
I've never seen or heard of anything like that in my life. But the real funny thing was, she said to me was, okay, I want to keep 1 and 2, but get rid of the rest, okay? I said, sweetie, it doesn't work that way. I don't think you're ready to get rid of any of them right now.
Well, that was probably quite the little surprise going on there. Yeah,
Yeah, exactly. That was
definitely.
one for the books. That was probably my funniest one I've ever had there.
Yeah, that would be quite the little shock.
Right? Exactly. Exactly.
At least he was happy.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But oh my gosh, by the time she got rid of him, I think she had over 200.
Oh my goodness.
They just, if you let them, they've got their hierarchy, like our armies.
Right.
So they've got their front men, they've got their armies, they got their generals, they're on and on and on. I mean, if you've got one, you've got legions, hundreds
Oh,
of them.
wow.
So generally, um, but yeah, so that was probably the funniest one I've ever had. I
Yeah,
thought I
that's.
kept me laughing for years. It still does.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just something that when you're going out, you don't even think of something like that going on. And then when you
Right.
get it to show up, it's like, okay.
Exactly.
It
You
takes
can
it to a
be stuck
whole
on it for
nother
a
level.
while. Exactly.
Oh, jeez.
Without a
Oh,
doubt.
without a
There was
doubt. Definitely.
also one that, oh my, he, oh, I know where they came from. He had a demonic entities going on in there, and he was an alcoholic.
Hmm.
But he always said, I'm never giving any chance. I'm never giving up my alcohol. No, I said, it's the only way you're going to get rid of these demons is to give up the alcohol.
Alcohol.
And he still wouldn't give it up. He ended up having well, actually, he shot at. I don't know what happened, but his daughter came over, and he said his daughter tried to run him over. This is all hearsay from the newspaper. And he took out a gun. He said that he thought people were going to come and murder him, his daughter. He actually was shooting at the sheriff's deputies.
Oh, no.
And he shot one in the leg. He is in prison now.
Oh, no.
And it's so tragic because it was all started, instigated, everything by alcohol. I mean,
Wow.
it's just such
Crazy.
a tragic story.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
rough one.
it is a rough one. It
Yeah.
is. And I don't know. If
Yeah.
I had to tell people, it's just kind of get yourself right, with yourself.
Right.
Most of all, you
Right.
know, be happy with yourself. You're not happy with yourself if you're drinking all the time. I mean, definitely not, you
Yeah.
know. So I don't know, but
It's
I
a
know
tough
there's so
world.
many tragic stories. There's so many good stories too. I was able to clear about 97% of my cases, you
That
know.
is awesome. High five to
Yeah,
you.
thank you. I miss it. Like I said, I'm ready and raring to go back now. So I'm just waiting.
All right. All right. Well, hopefully this will bring you some business and get you up and running again and
Yeah, I do. I
brings you
do
out.
everything pro bono too. So even the one reason I decided to become an exorcist was I would see people charging. One person I know charged $3,500 for an exorcism, and I'll ask for help in travel if I need it, but I'll go all over the country. I've been to Canada, um, and I'll do it pro bono, just because it's not fair to people, regular people, people of lower income, people are people. It's not
Right.
fair that only the elite have the right to have the demonic entity out of their life. That's not right.
Right. And we do appreciate that. I mean, I'm trying to get moving in all of this here, and you're right. It's hard to go find classes to take to help out
Right.
my strengths and to help out with this and that, and the
Yeah.
money's
I
not
know.
just growing on trees around here. I don't know about you,
Right.
but my trees don't grow them.
No, my trees definitely don't.
So, yeah, so
I
it's really
thought
hard.
about bartering, you know,
There you go. There you
that
go.
might be something. So it's something
Yeah,
I've been toying with. Do a class, I'll do a cleanse or something.
right.
But that's always, especially nowadays.
Yeah.
I think bartering's probably come back into more so than anything else.
I
You know.
wouldn't mind that because
Yeah,
I mean, what's the point of bringing in money and this and that? I mean, I'll give you this if you give me that. Let's okay.
absolutely.
I'll give you. I don't know. I'll give you this stone right here for you. If okay, well, I like that book you have. Okay, let's
Right.
trade it.
Yeah, exactly. Get talent for talent.
Right, right,
Or object for object. That's
right.
the way it should be more and more.
I'm up for
I
it.
think. I
I'm up for
and you
it.
got I am too. There's good karma attached to it, definitely.
Yeah,
So I think that sort of thing should be opened up more and more, especially nowadays, you
yeah.
know.
Yeah, and I'm looking for it. I mean, I've got a lot of stuff in my house that I could get rid of.
I hear you. I know, really. I just did a huge spring cleaning, so me too. My whole garage is full. It's
Oh, well,
fine.
maybe we'll just have to have a garage sale for everybody, and here we go.
There you go. A collective garage sale.
All right, mine's this Saturday.
Perfect. You're braver than me. I got away.
Oh, we do try to have one like once a year.
Yeah, it's
We
smart.
set out one and do it.
Yeah.
So it's
There's also
fun.
eBay stores. I've been thinking about starting an eBay store because I cleaned out my closets.
There you go.
I just lost a bunch of weight, so I thought, okay, I'll get rid of all the stuff that doesn't fit. Maybe I'll put it up on eBay and try and sell some of them, and then give some to the battered women's shelter.
There we go.
Um,
Yeah, we do
they
the
don't
same
get,
thing.
yeah, exactly, because Goodwill charges for it. You know what? Battered women's shelter doesn't. And that's
Oh,
what I like about it.
yeah, we give to the restores around here.
Yeah,
Yeah, we just
yeah,
go drop it off and, take it.
exactly.
Let somebody else use it that needs it. You
Right,
know,
exactly.
our time with it's done.
Exactly. I hear you there.
And that puts us in the time for us too, which is
Yeah,
sad because, we can always talk more. I know that. But
yeah, definitely.
yeah, so go ahead and we'll get everything down in the notes, and so people can get with you and
Sounds awesome.
start getting you rolling on your business and
Sounds awesome.
help get you
I'm
going.
looking forward to it.
Yeah. So if you have any stories out there in this wonderful world, let me know. Email me for lighttalk423@gmail.com. And while you're at it, again, click on those like, share, and subscribe buttons down below. And we will chat with everybody next week. See
Sounds
ya.
good.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye.